What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Cloud Slayer channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, we got another Monday ramble. Oh, man, it was a freaking beautiful weekend considering out here in Minnesota, anyways, our part of the woods. Freaking temperature finally started rising. It was like negative 20 for a while, a long time, at nighttime especially. A couple times during the day, but it is what it is. That's what we kind of expect in Minnesota around Monday, or not Monday, January, February months. And, it's like the coldest part of the year for us. Sometimes very seldom it gets negative in like before the beginning of the year and stuff like that. But I guess it wouldn't be too uncommon. It's just more expectable during the first few months, and it just means that we're getting close, man. We're getting close to spring. We got a few more months, and we can start gardening and things like that again. Some stuff to look forward to. Holy buckets! It's when you get abnormalities that throw everybody off, that throws everything off into a loop, and that's when things happen that don't seem like they normally occur. Which stinks, but it's life. I guess it's life. We all know that to be true, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Besides complain about it, I guess, and hope that it doesn't continue to happen. But other than that, you can't do nothing. Like you'd like if you're living down in Texas and freaking you get so much snow and you get frost and whatnot, and your part of the country isn't normally suited for that because everything's geared up for their type of weather that they usually have. So, unfortunately, what was that? A couple years ago, a lot of people lost their lives and stuff just due to the cold from there. And people were like, "Oh, they won last chance a day in Minnesota and all this other stuff." But fact of the matter is, our area is just suited for it, ready for it because it's supposed to happen. And the reason why they're not suited for it and their economy can't handle it as much is because of, obviously they're not suited for the same types of things that we are suited for and prepared for, and take precautions too. That's why they're declared emergencies, right? And we had like wind emergencies. Thank God nobody like died or anything from them because big old trees getting knocked around and stuff like that. But it's all in the past now. Move on from that stuff is I guess today I wanted to talk a little bit about moving on. It's a very hard part of life, and it can be very difficult for some people, right? Sometimes people get set in their ways, and they think that the things that they've continued to do or have been doing most of their adult life is the only thing that maybe they're good at, or maybe that's the only thing that keeps them going, the only thing that keeps any kind of happiness in their lives, or that it's the only thing that they are maybe even just good at, I guess. And it's hard to tell, or maybe they're just addicted to doing those things, right? And it's easier to keep doing what you're doing than it is to make any type of change, right, in your lives. And I feel that, I feel that with all my heart. It's hard to make some type of changes or some kind of adjustment in your life, right? Sometimes you gotta go with the flow, go with the punches. I guess when you like doing things for a certain way for a long time, it's very hard to switch that up and want to do something else. And it could be golding downright scary. But if you're not alone, if you are alone, it might make it a little bit more difficult, or it might motivate you a little bit more. It depends on you as an individual, right? let's see here. We'll use an example here. You want to frickin' work out or whatever, but you know, you got a partner that you know, you're always hanging out with, that you can't seem to find time to do anything that you want to do, or something that you desire to do, or something. And it seems like you can't really plan things, or you just put it off to the side because you're having so much fun. You're having so many memories and things like that, right? And then one day you guys break up, right? You break up, and you're hurt, and you know, you don't know what to do with yourself, and maybe you cry yourself to sleep or something. Maybe you drink more than you normally do, or maybe you do more of those drugs that you usually normally do, or something to ease the pain, you know, or maybe you just stay quiet and you just cry and you just lock yourself away from the world. You know, there's many different ways people deal with hurt, and you know, it's fine for a while, right? But you can't do it forever. You can't hide forever, and you can't do these things for. Well, I mean, you could try, but you know, it's not recommended. You shouldn't be trying to do those things, right? And somewhere deep down, you know it, and you know, you got to get up and do something sometimes. And you know, what's better motivation for you? You have all this free time now to do things that you wanted to do. You know, committed to going to the gym or something. Committed to learning new things. Maybe you wanted to go back to school or something. You go back to school. You know, or figure out what you want to go to school for, or figure out what you want to, you know, not study, but do. Maybe as a hobby, or maybe as something that's driving you in your life, right? A lot of people, they lift weights. Some people, they run. Some people, they bike. Some people, they skateboard. Some people, they hike. Some people, they explore new places. Some people look for Bigfoot, you know what I mean? So you'll figure out where you want to put your time into, what you want to put your time into doing, and you know, maybe you'll meet some cool and interesting people along the way, looking for those things that are somewhat like you, right? And you know, it's better to be out socializing than locking yourself away into your chamber, waiting for your white knight to come get you, you know, or your Valkyrie coming to get you. I don't know what guys say nowadays when they're waiting for the perfect woman, or a perfect, if you're a girl, waiting for a perfect man, I guess. But you know, the fact of the matter is, these things, they don't normally find you, right? Usually, you got to go out and do something, and you might stumble across them. You know, but that also involves you getting out there, right? Getting out there and doing things, do some crazy stuff, you know? If it's been a while since you did something fun and entertaining and whatnot, you know, go ham and, you know, do it. And, you know, sometimes, even if you're feeling bad for yourself, you gotta pretend like you're having a good time anyways. There's like, I forget the song, what is that? It's like, my girlfriend went cheated on me. She's a California dime, and it's time for me to quit her. What's the name of that song? It's like Nothing Nothing or something like that. I can't remember the name of the song. It's an old song. It was from like 2009, 2008ish. I want to say, maybe even older. I could be mistaken. I guess it could be, but I do remember hearing that line. And you know, the whole song was, you know, he got cheated on. He had to move on, but hey, he's gonna have some fun anyways, right? You go out there and do something. Instead of feeling bad for himself, you might as well go conquer the world, right? Because there's nothing holding you back from doing what you want to do. And you know, sometimes, I guess a lot of times that's true, right? You feel content with of doing things with that person that you're with and stuff like that, right? What do you got to lose now? You know, you got nothing to lose. Maybe you'll pick up things to lose along the way. So, but anyways, with that being said, I hope everybody has a great week, and don't be afraid to get out there and do things. Go out there. You're gonna fail. You might frickin' succeed the first time. You might go dang make memories that last a lifetime. But you'll never know if you don't. If you just sit around and feel bad for yourself. So don't feel bad for yourself when you get little opportunities. Help your mental self out. Help navigate that a little bit more, especially if you do got some, a little troubles with that, or you're feeling down, or a bunch of different things. You got to do something about it regardless, and might as well go have some fun, meet some new people, and just do something that you wish you could have done before. So, anyways, I hope everybody has a great one. Love you guys. Peace.